Have you ever wondered why, when we get older, making changes to our lives, trying new things, just seems to become that much harder? Remember when we were younger, when our lives were more carefree, we didn't seem to worry so much about trying new things. If it didn't work out, we would just try a different approach or something else entirely. Whereas now, for me, a woman in my 50s, I suddenly realised that I was overthinking everything. Procrastination was hampering my chance at starting a new chapter in my life. Well, imagine if we actually stopped long enough to breathe and reflect and to take that leap of faith and positive action towards our goals. We could actually achieve them. But most of us don't because of the fear of change. We let work dictate our lives. In this video, I am going to reveal to you what the simple steps are, how anyone can action them to start living a seasonal life abroad in Barbados. But even more importantly, tell you how these simple steps have transformed my life, my health, my well-being for the better, and how it can do the same for you. Hello, my name is Jay and I help you make the move to Barbados in a way that suits you, your needs and your interests. So if you want to hear more, keep watching. For the past 5 years, I have been hearing of people in their midlife or seniors who have made their first trip or vacation to Barbados. And by the end of that trip, they leave wanting to return. In fact, many do so within months, if not weeks. Often, they have stayed in one of those many beautiful hotels on the island and paid a fortune as part of their annual vacation or holiday. But somehow, along the way, they meet some seasonal stayers on the beach or at a rum bar or a cultural event. And they begin to learn that they can return and, with a bit of know-how, can reduce their costs and stay longer on this beautiful island. I can't believe it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is almost setting. Autumn will soon be changing into winter here in the UK. So yeah, this is the time when I start to make my preparations to leave the UK for my seasonal stay. In other words, yeah, I choose the best time to be in England and the best time to be in Barbados. And for me, it is get out of the UK as much as I can out of the cold autumn, winter. Well, definitely winter months, I would say, the winter months. Yeah, I think, is it known as being a snowbird? Tell me in the comments they describe the snowbirds if they need people who leave colder climates for a sunnier climate for part of the year. I call it seasonal stay. I enjoy the summer months with my family and friends in the UK.
Enter proud to what?
Bad.
We got it.
Yes, yes.
Did you know that many people can spend between 3 months and 6 months on the island with a tourist visa? Well, that's what I do. I spend 5 to 6 months each year in Barbados. When it's cold and grey in my home country of the UK, I pack up and I leave. And I return in the spring.
So I'm back.
I reduce my costs by staying with family or friends or in an Airbnb. I shop in local shops or with local vendors. I eat and drink in the local rum bars and the local restaurants and cafes. I use the local bus service. I exercise by walking early in the mornings with my local and expat friends.
Wow.
Is it tomato?
This one.
All right. Look how neat that is. Woo. Very nice. See what you can do with little bits of land. I also love swimming in the mornings at the local beach. It's a great time to catch up with all your friends.
I swam from the yellow.
Friends are a mixture of local people and expats who have been living on the island for many years, full-time, or, like me, they visit the island on a seasonal basis. The great thing about the lifestyle in Barbados is that it is so varied. There are so many wonderful places to go to eat out, to suit different budgets. But the best thing is that there are so many things that are free to do, like going to the beach or walking along the pier at sunset. Spending an afternoon or evening on a catamaran is well worth the price. It's a fantastic way to see more of the island from the coast and to explore the beautiful waters. It's definitely a great way to meet friends too. And don't forget to take the time to learn to snorkel so that you can really enjoy the beautiful ocean with the stunning fish and, of course, the turtles. When I first came to Barbados, I didn't realise how many locals can actually offer you places to stay. Airbnb has become very popular on the island and is very competitively priced and can give you an experience outside of the hotel, which is rich in Bajan culture and often within very easy access to the beach. Airbnb is an online marketplace that connects you with hosts who want to rent out their space, rooms or entire homes. The great thing about seasonal stays are that you will be looking for long stays, which will offer you the best discounts. When you are doing your searches, make sure you use the filter button so you only consider properties that have what you need. And remember to look for the superhost symbol. That is an experienced host who provides extraordinary service. This is White Sands. And this is literally overlooking the beach. This is Bayer, the new restaurant. Before you book anything, always read the reviews and also check the cancellation policy. In terms of location on the island, the south coast would be my first choice. And that is because you are close to Bridgetown, which is the capital of Barbados, and the airport. And you will find the transport links are great in terms of getting around the rest of the island. You will also have access to Bridgetown in terms of the shopping, meeting local people. There are so many things that you can do in Barbados, particularly in Bridgetown, and of course you want to be able to see all the historical sites as well, which give you a really great insight into the culture of Barbados and the people in general. And of course, the beaches are stunning, with lots of things to do and an opportunity to meet so many people, tourists and locals alike. And if you like your reggae, you definitely need to be there in April for the 4-day festival. The West Coast is also a favourite for seasonal stayers, and that is because it is known as the Platinum Coast because of its amazing beaches. Whole Town is a favourite and you will see many tourists as well as locals there, but bear in mind it will be much more expensive, especially more expensive than the south. And Speightstown is my favourite, just a little bit further along the coast, laid back and less tourists in general. It is really important to book your Airbnb well in advance because it's very popular.
Yeah, I've never seen that colour.
Look at that. Look at
Oh, I
that.
love it.
In Jamaica, I've seen it, but I don't have that colour one.
Thank you. That's so lovely to see.
Being a seasonal stayer in Barbados means that I am able to reduce my spending in the UK because I close up my house and the money that I would spend there is now spent in Barbados.
Always have plan B, just in case.
Over the years, I have learned many different ways to save money. Did you know that September is the best time to get a great deal on your flight with British Airways and Virgin Atlantic? If you are able to be flexible, you can simply choose the cheapest flight, and if, like me, you can stay for a few months on the island, it means your return ticket will be cheaper too because you are buying it maybe 5 to 6 months in advance. Now, you may be saying, that all sounds great, Jay, but I have a long-term illness, and what about my medication? Well, I do too. I have lupus. It's an autoimmune illness which affects my joints. I do take medication, which I always take with me on my trips. But you do not need to worry because Barbados has an excellent private healthcare system which is very affordable. My tip for medication is to plan ahead. I make sure I have any annual checkups in the summer on my return to England. Then, 6 weeks before I'm due to leave, I visit my doctor and explain that I will be out of the country and request a prescription for 3 months before I leave. I have found my UK doctors to be very helpful as my seasonal stay is crucial to my health and wellness. Being in the warmth helps my joints and overall health. I know I can register with a private doctor in Barbados. After paying to see this doctor, I can request a prescription. Of course, it's important to take out travel insurance for any holiday, but more so when you are on a seasonal stay. So don't cut corners here. Check out long stay travel insurance. Like all countries, Barbados has an online immigration and customs form for travelling. You have to complete it 72 hours prior to your travel. Make sure all your documents are valid for travel. Barbados law says your passport must have at least 90 days left following your departure date from Barbados. But I have read it is strongly recommended to have 6 months validity on your passport at all times. And yes, all visitors to Barbados must have a passport. So if you don't have one yet, now's the time to apply for one.
And remember, the reason why you need to have your accommodation booked is because you have to have an address to put on the immigration forms that you check in. You need to know they need to know the number of days that you're going to be in Barbados, and they need to know where you're going to be staying. Now you might say, I'm going for 2 months, but I've only got accommodation for the first month. That's fine. You can just put in the place that you're going to be staying for the first month. And the reason why you might be doing that is because you might say, well, I'm going to look for accommodation when I'm out there, because then I'll have an opportunity to kind of have a look around. But also bear in mind, you do have to be careful about doing that, because if it's high season, you might find it very difficult to get somewhere. So be careful about that. Although I have known it work for other people. And I think for it to work, you need to be part of a network. You need to get onto those Facebook groups, and you need to keep in contact with people who might be able to let you know. But if you're happy to come in that situation, that's fair enough. But I think for your first time, you should really book. Make sure you know exactly where you're going to be staying. It's safer.
The benefits of a seasonal stay in Barbados as part of my retirement has been absolutely incredible. I feel happy, I feel inspired, I feel excited about life. After working many years in a wonderful but very stressful job, this is my time and it's your time too. If you wish to improve the quality of your life, enjoy meeting new people, enjoy spending more time looking after your health, enjoy spending time in the sea and in the sun, then subscribe to this channel and join the Expat Barbados community. You won't regret it. And don't forget to check out my video on how to rent in Barbados.